Today I'm going to show you how to make watercolor charts that you can fit right inside your paint pans. I've shot some videos where I show the different watercolor pans that I have and that I use. And I love these. I love all of the different ones that I have, but one of the things that I kind of find when I go to paint is, what are these colors and what do they really look like? And I think that's something common that we can run into. And so what I did was I created a video showing how I made these cute little cards to fit in my watercolor pan. And when I go to open up this pan, if I'm traveling, there's all my colors right there. And I painted it according to the way it was laid out in here. I measured this paper out, it's 140 pound, and then I quickly made a watercolor chart for that. So that's one. This one I did late last night at the very end of the evening, so I cheated and made a very small one. It really doesn't matter. This is one of my favorite palettes, but I'm at a point where I've done so many pictures, I'm rethinking, okay, what colors do I have in these? Do I really like them? And do I want to change it? So I'm just kind of going through and looking at all of my pans. Here's another one. This one is a favorite one for doing outdoor painting. If I was going to do trees and fields and stuff. So again, this gave me a great view of the paints that are inside of here, and then I measured these pieces of paper up, and you can see I drew lines. I'm going to show you how I do all of that. You're going to get to watch the video to see that. And then I painted them, and then they fit in here. I tested them out. And what I will probably do at some point is take my Micron black pens that are nice and small and tip, and I might even write the names of these colors. Those are really helpful for me to remember. And one of the things that I'm looking at right now with my paints is their graininess. This color right here is probably burnt umber, and I think you can see this, but that right there, it's got its own texture. All I did was take paint and put it on the paper, and as it dried, it has this texture looking in it, and that's graininess. Not all colors have that, and I'm going to do some paintings that show you how you can use the quote-unquote graininess of paint in order for them to create texture on your painting all by itself. I really do like it when I can paint and things do the work for me. This is another type of palette that you might run into. This is called a sample set. I bought this from, it's American Journey Paint, so I bought it from Cheap Joe's, and it came with these colors in these particular squares, and then I needed to test out some of my other colors that I have on hand, and I don't have a chart for, or I wanted to compare them in here. So anyway, a little dot card. This is heavy cardboard. And when it comes to me, it lists the it lists the paint color and their nature, like NS is non-staining, and I'll cover more of that later with you, but I'm going to do it with Hold On Paints. Anyway, it'll come with those descriptions and the names of them. So again, I needed to make a chart for this, and I'm going to use that paint up. I bought it as a test set, and I don't know, this might have cost $10, I'm not sure. I'll show you a larger one. So when I created this card, these American Journey paints have got the graininess I'm looking for and talking about. And if I look, here's Moon Glow. That's got a beautiful run to it, and this is just the paint in water. So does this Cobalt Teal, this Peacock Blue. This paint is one of my peacocks. It's probably Winsor Newton, which is not a brand that I really like. But if you see what I did here, this is called a watercolor blue. I put the paint down, then I put a drop of water, put a drop of water, put a drop of water, and I let it spread. And that's a neat technique that you can use on your paintings. Basically, we all try to avoid quote-unquote blooms, but there are times where you can purposely put blooms in. And I'll do a reflection painting where you can see how to do a line of water, and there's trees above and there's reflection below. And in order to create the trees above, you could put a dot of paint in there on paint that's already wet, and it will create a bloom, and they can look really beautiful. So we'll try that. Another sample set that I bought was this American Journey, 24 dots. This was either 12, I think it might have been $12 to $14. Well worth it. And it comes with, again, with all of the names, and I could take my paintbrush and I can get these squares wet so that way I can see the color like I did with this. But I want more. You know I want more. So I took my heavy cardboard, I measured it out, and I split it up into what the palette is, and then I tested all of my watercolors. And again, burnt sienna, beautiful graininess to it. I want to see the color. Joe's Red color is one of my favorite. I bought this from American Journey. I bought it with Cheap Joe's. There's Joe's Blue, Skip's Green. They've got some really dynamite paints. I like Holbein. That's my #1 favorite. But I'm starting to find out that I like American Journey. So these test type of charts that you can purchase, it's worth it. You know, spending a couple extra bucks, sell a painting and pay for one of those. And the last one I want to show you is my huge, large palette. This one I like. I'm trying to find like what I want to use in my huge palette, what colors. I see other people who have painted for years, and they've got like their yellows, and then they have like 3 greens. They'll have a light, a medium, and a dark green, and a light, medium, dark blue. Whatever they do, they've got the light, the medium, and the dark. And I like it, but I don't know if I want to do that yet. And I just want to encourage you, don't be afraid to play. I probably am going to say that till the day I die, so you're going to hear me say a lot. But don't be afraid to try things. This pan is metal. It cleans up really nicely. And even these, I'll do a video and show you how I clean these up. These plastic ones can stain up over time. I've taken a Q-tip with a tiny bit of bleach and cleaned this up really well. And I just keep using it over and over again. So I'll show you sometime how to clean those up. But anyway, this is my large palette, and this is my current little card. I had to cut this and cut this down to where it would fit, and it needed to fit within this lid. It needed to fit within here. So I created larger, but needed to cut it down. And the whole test was to close it as well. And it looks like my pan. I think my pan is bent a little bit. Oh, is that horrifying to find out? There, see, it is not bent up. Anyway, so this test paper, I've been using this palette for a while, and I'm getting down to the place where I'm starting to use up some of the paints, and I might take a knife in here and scrape out. What if I wanted to change this palette? I'll take a knife and I'll scrape in there. I'll lift up that paint that's in there. I'll wash this out till it's completely white again, because it's metal, it'll do that. And then I'll redesign it, and I'll move whatever paint I scrape up into some of my other smaller tins. So this is what I created for my charts. I really felt that was helpful, so I wanted you to know what I was doing. And I like it because I can open this up. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not trying to go into another place in my room to find a chart. I do have a large one of the same palette, but I've got this cute one that I can store in there and look at it quickly, make sure I know where my reds are. This is a blue tone red. That's more of a, it's like a pinky red. This is more of a blue tone with a darker shade to it because it's got black in it. Here's an orange, a reddish orange. There's an orange and there's a permanent orange light yellow one. That's one of my favorite colors. So anyway, try what you want to and see how it works. But this sheet as a little travel companion really works well. So try that, and I'll show you the rest of the video that gives you the overview of what I worked on last night, guys. These are snapshots of the final product that I had after I put these together for my personal paint pans. And even the sample pens, you can see these ones I'm showing you right now. These are sample charts that I buy, and it's so much easier if I create a little chart. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hit subscribe. I would love to see you the next time. Hit like if this helped you. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you the next time.